My wife woke me up in a panic to take her to the hospital in the middle of the night. I had to fix our broken-down car to get her there. When we got there, she seemed irritated and said, "You should have stayed on the road." The next morning, I woke up confused and alone in the hospital parking lot, and my phone had a dashcam notification. I'm 34M and still don't really know what happened last night. I'm literally shaking right now typing this. Sorry for any typos or if this is all over the place. I haven't slept much. So it started when my wife, 32F, yelled for me around midnight, saying she needed to go to the hospital ASAP. Something about severe stomach pain, she could barely talk through it. Apparently I was half asleep, but I jumped up, threw on whatever clothes I could find, and grabbed the keys. Our car's been a piece of junk lately. The check engine light is always on, and it makes that death rattle noise when starting. But we're broke as fuck, so repairs keep getting pushed back. I got outside and, of course, the damn thing wouldn't start. Just that sad clicking noise. I was out there with my phone flashlight, trying not to freeze my ass off, digging around under the hood. After screwing around with cables and banging on the starter with a wrench, it finally caught. I ran back inside to get my wife, and here's the weird part. She was just chilling on the couch with her phone. Didn't look like someone that was doubled over in pain 10 minutes ago. When I said the car was running, she looked annoyed, not relieved like you'd expect. The drive to the hospital was awkward as hell. She was just texting nonstop. I asked if she was updating her mom and got a half-assed yeah. Also noticed she was sitting completely normal, not like someone who supposedly couldn't stand up from pain earlier. We pulled up to the ER around 1:05 a.m. and, what the fuck, her friend was just standing there waiting. You know, that friend she's been hanging out with every weekend, lives like 40 minutes away. Why is she at the hospital in the middle of the night? My wife practically jumped out before I even parked. I asked if she needed help, and she hit me with, "You should have stayed on the road." I'm like, huh? And her friend with this smug-ass grin goes, "Guess your little car troubles didn't work out as planned." They exchanged this look, and my wife realized they messed up. She recovered and told me to go home, get some sleep. Her friend would bring her back later. I was exhausted and confused, but something felt sketchy as hell. I told her I'd wait. They went inside while I found a parking spot. Must have passed out because I woke up at 8:30 a.m., still in the car, alone. My wife was nowhere to be found, not answering calls or texts. Then I saw a notification from my dashcam app. I installed one of those front plus interior cameras after almost getting T-boned by a drunk driver last year. It uploads motion-activated clips to my phone. The clip was from around 11:20 p.m., before my wife even called about the hospital. It's grainy as hell, but shows my wife and her friend in our car, somewhere I don't recognize. Can't make out everything, but I hear bits like, "Freak out trying to fix it." Cables should buy us at least an hour. What if he can't fix it? Phone's almost dead, long gone by then? Then her friend, such a pushover. "How'd you get so lucky?" My wife laughing, "Lucky? Can't wait until this is over, 3 more weeks and he'll never know what hit him." Then it cuts off, because my cheap-ass dashcam has terrible battery life. WTF am I supposed to make of this? What's happening in 3 weeks? Why stay on the road? I checked our bank accounts, nothing weird there, no big withdrawals. We're pretty much paycheck to paycheck anyway. Our anniversary's not for another 2 months. I don't even know what to do. My brain's a mess right now. Edit. Holy crap, this blew up. RIP my inbox. Thanks for all the advice support. Edit 2. To answer the most common questions. Yes, I saved the video in multiple places. No, I haven't confronted her yet. We've been married 7 years. Update 1. 3 days later. First, thank you all for the support and advice. Reading your comments helped me realize I wasn't overreacting. These past 3 days have been surreal. I've been staying at this cheap motel using cash only. Called in sick to work, told them I had food poisoning. My wife's been blowing up my phone. Texts getting increasingly frantic. Day after incident, 8:32 a.m. Where are you? Why didn't you come home? 11:07 a.m. This isn't funny. Answer your phone. 3:44 p.m. I'm getting worried. Please just let me know you're okay. 7:08 p.m. Did something happen to the car? Should I call hospitals? Day 2, 9:15 a.m. I spoke to your boss. He said you called in sick. What's going on? 2:27 p.m. Whatever you think you know, you're wrong. We need to talk. 6:40 p.m. Stop being childish and come home. I haven't responded. Instead, I've been doing some digging. First, I went through our credit card statements for the past 6 months. Found multiple charges at hotels. Always on days she said she was with her friend for girls' nights. One charge for a burner phone from 2 months ago. Then I checked her social media. Nothing suspicious there. But I noticed she'd tagged herself at places 20+ miles from where my dashcam footage showed she actually was. The biggest revelation came yesterday. I remembered she uses the same password for everything, our anniversary plus her childhood dog's name. I logged into her email, found dozens of messages between her and her friend. They're vague, using coded language, but definitely plotting something. Most chilling was an email dated 3 weeks from now. Subject, D-Day checklist. Confirm all paperwork complete. Move remaining items from safety deposit box. Finalize meeting with lawyer, 2 p.m. Ensure package delivered. Make sure he signs everything. The email had an attachment, divorce papers, already filled out. Not just filled out, full of things I'd never agreed to. Me taking on all our debt, giving up rights to our house, which I paid 70% for, paying her alimony, even though she makes more than me. But what really got me was another email where they joked about how I'd be taken care of and out of the picture after signing everything. What does that mean? Last night, I went back to our house while I knew she'd be at work, checked the home office, found the divorce papers from the email, printed and hidden in her desk drawer. Also found a key to a safety deposit box I didn't know existed. I think she's planning to blindside me with divorce papers after tricking me into signing something else. That package might be part of it. But what about the hospital trip? What does stay on the road mean? I'm meeting with a lawyer tomorrow. I backed up all the evidence, dashcam footage, emails, bank statements, everything. I don't know what she's planning, but I'm not going to let it happen. I finally responded to one of her texts today. Need time to think. Will contact you soon. Her immediate response, thank God, I was worried sick. Whatever you think is happening, it's not. Please come home. I love you. Sure you do. Update 2. 1 week later. Things have escalated quickly. After meeting with a lawyer, I had a much clearer picture of what was happening. He confirmed my suspicions. My wife and her friend were setting me up for a brutal divorce settlement. The lawyer explained that the package they mentioned was likely a ploy to get me to sign documents without reading them carefully, or to incapacitate me somehow. Drugs, alcohol, whatever. The hospital trip night? Probably a test run. See how quickly I'd rush to help without asking questions. Based on the lawyer's advice, I arranged to meet my wife at a public coffee shop. Neutral territory, plenty of witnesses. I arrived 30 minutes early and set my phone to record. When she arrived, she tried to hug me. I backed away. What's wrong, babe? Why are you acting like this? She asked, eyes already tearing up. I stayed calm, just like you all suggested. I know about the divorce papers, I said. Her face went pale. What papers? The ones in your desk drawer, the ones you emailed your friend about. She tried to recover. I was just exploring options. Things have been tough between us, you know that. I wasn't actually going to. What does stay on the road mean? I interrupted. She froze. Complete deer in the headlights look. And what's in the safety deposit box I didn't know about? She switched tactics instantly. Tears dried up. She leaned in and whispered, You've been going through my things? My emails? That's illegal. I didn't respond. Just played the dashcam video on my phone, volume low so only we could hear. Her face twisted with anger. You're recording me right now, aren't you? This is entrapment. Still silent. You don't understand anything, she hissed. My friend was right. You're pathetic. Always trying to fix things, fix the car, fix our marriage. Some things can't be fixed. That hurt. But I kept my composure. What were you planning for 3 weeks from now? She stood up. Wouldn't you like to know? It would have been perfect. You never would have seen it coming, like how you never saw the dashcam. That hit a nerve. She grabbed her purse and stormed out. You'll be hearing from my lawyer, she snapped. I sat there shaking for 10 minutes before I could move. When I got back to the motel, I had 14 missed calls and a flurry of texts from both my wife and her friend. The tone had shifted. Now they were threatening me, accusing me of violating her privacy, calling me unstable, paranoid. I forwarded everything to my lawyer. He told me to continue documenting, but not to respond. That night, I got a call from my brother-in-law, my wife's younger brother. We've always gotten along. He sounded confused. She told the family you're having a breakdown, he said. That you're tracking her and recording her without consent because of your jealousy issues? I didn't know what to say. I just told him, I'll show you everything. It's not what it seems. He sounded skeptical, but said he'd keep an open mind. Next day, the bank visit. Acting on my lawyer's advice, I went to the bank where I suspected the safety deposit box was. I asked if there were any boxes under both our names. Sure enough, there was. Turns out, my signature had been forged on the paperwork. With the bank manager present and everything documented, we opened the box. Inside, $15,000 in cash. I had no idea we had that kind of money. Jewelry that belonged to my grandmother. I thought it was in our home safe. More documents, including life insurance policies on me that I didn't even know existed. Taken out 6 months ago. Beneficiary, my wife. The bank manager's face said it all. This wasn't normal. Later that day, I got a cease and desist letter from my wife's lawyer, demanding I stop harassing her and invading her privacy. They also wanted me to return all property removed from the shared residence. My lawyer says we now have more than enough to countersue. The forged signature alone is a felony, and we might involve the police. I'm still trying to process all of this. The woman I've been married to for 7 years was plotting, what exactly? To clean me out? Or something worse? I'll update when I know more. Things are moving fast now. Final update. 1 month later. It's been a month since my last update, and honestly, I hardly know where to begin. First, thank you. To everyone who's checked in, commented, or offered support, it meant more than you'll ever know. Shortly after my last post, things came to a head. My lawyer sent all the evidence, the dashcam footage, forged signatures, safety deposit box documents, life insurance policies, to her lawyer. Radio silence for 2 days. Then, suddenly, her lawyer withdrew from representing her. That's when the storm hit. My wife showed up at my work, causing a scene in the lobby, screaming about how I'd ruined everything, how her friend was right about me being too clever for my own good. Security had to escort her out. That night, her friend started texting me, "You have no idea what you've done. She trusted you. We had a perfect plan. You should have just signed the papers when the time came." I didn't respond, just forwarded everything to my lawyer and the police. Yes, the police. Because after discovering the forged documents and the unauthorized life insurance policies, my lawyer urged me to file a report. The officer taking my statement seemed skeptical until I played the dashcam video and showed him the D-Day checklist email. His exact words? "Sir, I think you might have dodged more than a bad divorce here." 3 days later, my wife and her friend were brought in for questioning. Turns out, her friend had a record, insurance fraud, 5 years ago. Claimed her husband had died in an accident abroad. Collected the life insurance money. He showed up very much alive. The investigation is still ongoing, but from what I've pieced together through police interviews and recovered messages, their plan was chilling. Get me to sign divorce papers disguised as refinancing documents. Make me assume all our debt, plus new debt they were planning to rack up. Have me unknowingly sign updated life insurance forms with a higher payout. And then, something would happen. The detective wouldn't spell it out, but said the "stay on the road" comment combined with their other messages suggested they were hoping for an accident. The hospital night was a trial run. They had disconnected cables in our car, expecting me to be stranded, maybe injured, while they established an alibi. When I fixed the car, it ruined their timing. "You should have stayed on the road" wasn't a warning. It was frustration. Disappointment that I didn't break down or crash. All those girls' nights? Planning sessions. The burner phone? To keep messages off our accounts. The emails? Coded to keep their intentions vague. The secret money? A financial escape hatch. The divorce was finalized last week. Fastest case my lawyer's ever seen. The judge took one look at the evidence and ruled 100% in my favor. My wife didn't even show up for the final hearing. She's currently staying with her parents, 2 states away. Her friend? Facing more serious charges because of her prior conviction. My wife may still be charged depending on what else the investigation uncovers. As for me, I'm okay. Started therapy, moved into a new apartment, changed my phone number. Some days are better than others. It's surreal how life can change in an instant. 1 minute you're fixing a car at midnight to rush your wife to the hospital. The next, you realize the woman you shared a bed with for 7 years was planning something unthinkable. That dash cam saved me. I'd forgotten I even enabled the interior mic and cam. It was just a default setting I never turned off. Sometimes I wonder, what if I hadn't installed it? Or couldn't fix the car that night? Or just went home like they expected? Last week, I ran into my former brother-in-law at the grocery store. It was awkward at first. Then he pulled me aside and said, "I saw the evidence. I can't believe she was capable of this." He looked shaken. "I always thought you two were perfect together." I just nodded and said, "Me too." That's the thing about life. You never really know someone until you hear them talking when they think you're not listening. I'm taking things one day at a time. I rebuilt the engine in my car last weekend. Seems fitting, somehow. Fixed what was broken. Moving forward.